guys, it's Yoel with Fusion Motor Company, and today, because of a lot of the comments on our Eleanor videos, people wanted to see more detailed information about the Eleanor. So we're going to do a really simple, cool video showing all the option and the fit and finish on one of our builds. And this car right here, we're just getting ready to deliver it to the customer. And this car's got great options on it, so I just want to go over a little bit of the option list on it. I'm probably going to forget some stuff, but this customer went with everything. Starting with the color, he went with the traditional pepper gray and black stripe that is the movie correct colors. He went with the tub, so we got 315 rear tires instead of 275 in the rear. He went with the powertrain on this car. He decided to go with the Coyote Supercharge. We're making 780 horsepower, and we attached it to a 10-speed automatic. So this car drives like a brand new car. These new Coyotes with the Gen 3, they're direct injected. They just run wonderful. You just turn the key and you go. I personally put about 500 miles on this car to break it in and do pre-delivery inspection. And it's a pleasure to drive it. I'm a manual guy, but if you are driving in LA in traffic and you want to put a lot of miles on the car, this is the way to go. Those 10-speed shift smoothly, and they're wonderful. So he also, some other options that he did, he went with the upgraded Recaro seats. He went with the upgraded upholstery, upgraded stereo, center console, sound deadening on this car. He chose the red calipers, the white gauges. What else did he do on this car? It's got pretty much every option. He's got single adjustable shocks on the coilover, so he didn't go all the way up on that, but he went with the single adjustable that if you're driving on the streets, they're great. You don't need the double adjustable. What else do we did on this car as far as options? Now he's got all our standard stuff that is pretty already a lot there. Oh, you went with the magnetic charger, just on and on. This car's got so many options. He went with the window tinting that we'll look at. And also one cool thing that he did is, that is also an option, he did a full clear bra on the whole car. The whole car is clear bra completely. And then after we clear brought it, we ceramic coated on top of the clear bra. So this car is as protected as it's going to get. So the customer, I think the only options I saw that he didn't do, he didn't buy a car cover that he can add on at any time, and not the double adjustable shocks. And pretty much that's it. He's got the alarm. He doesn't have the radar detector, like simple stuff, but it's pretty loaded car. So we'll look at all the details. The way I want to start this one, we'll lift the car up so we can show you the fit and finishes and how we rig the car. And then we'll go and open the car and show you how our stereo works, our gauges, our lights, our center console, and all the other things on the car. So yeah, let's get it up and see what we can see on it. So I guess we'll start from the front and back. First thing you see is this beautiful Detroit Speed cradle that is all cast aluminum. It's made in the US. It holds the sway bar, the adjustable sway bar, the rack and pinion, all our lower control arms and everything. The whole suspension bolts into it. It also gives us a lot of structure. From there you can see that we're using factory oil pans, foam 4. Like I said, this is a Gen 3 Coyote, and here's the 10-speed automatic that is attached to it. Going back a little bit, you can see how we have our sub connectors on the frame, and then we have an X to stiffen it up as well. And one thing you'll notice right away is our exhaust work. All our exhausts and headers are made in-house. They're all made out of stainless steel. Everything on the car is TIG welded. And then after we build the exhaust and we X-pipe it and everything, we Cerakote the inside and outside of the pipe. It's a ceramic coating that helps reduce heat. It's easy to wipe down, and I personally think it looks great. Some things you'll notice is, before I keep going back is, like how we set up all our ground. We have studs everywhere to ground the motor. We have 4 points of grounding on the car that obviously helps us a lot. We do all the electrical, all the harnesses in-house. Going back, here's the sub connector, exhaust continues. There's one other option that he didn't choose on this car. He went with the steel drive shaft, not the aluminum. Again, not a big deal, but you'll see the steel. This has also the Detroit Speed rear Quadra-Link with the coilovers, and we talked about how you ordered the single adjustable, and it's got also the built-in rear sway bar on it. So that gets it stiffer, and that makes it lighter when you're driving the car. Okay, so those are adjustable shocks on it. We powder coat the 9-inch rear end. We have special gears that go in it. It's called Gear Effects. They make all our gears. This guy's built the rear ends and the gears for NASCAR. Really great company that does it for us. And then going back, we have our stainless steel gas tanks. We're using Rick's tanks. They're good friends of ours. They built us a 21-gallon fuel tank for the car. In-tank fuel pump, so you don't hear it. They stay cooler that way. And then going back to the back here, if you take a look, we upgrade all our parking brakes. All our parking brakes are electric like a new car. You push a button that I'll show you on the inside, and then you activate the parking brakes. Going back to those 4 corners of the grounds, here's another ground, and then there's another ground on this side. And then going all the way in the back, we have our magnetic charger that makes it easy. We put it down here because in case you forget to unplug it and you pull out of your garage, it just falls off. So we use a normal charger that we make an adapter for. Just put it to AGM, you turn it on and it does it. And then the customer just literally just goes like that. It's magnetic and the car trickle charge. And it's easy. And then, like I said, if you drove off by mistake, we put it low enough that it just falls off and it won't damage any paint or anything on the car. And then just detail of how the car is completely undercoated, completely protected, and you know, I think when you look at the rigging, that's so important. Another thing to notice is that after we drive the car, we come back and we retorque everything. So you can see all our marking on all suspension, brakes, everything, and then we check mark them to know that a retorque is a second quality control after we build the car. And like I said, all the cars get between 300 to 500 miles before we deliver them to the customer, just to work out bugs like rattles. Have the option to retorque things. We actually put brake-in oil in the rear end and we replace that before we give it to the customer. We do the first oil change. We get this car ready to go so the customer can get in and go drive the car. We talked a little bit about the brakes. All our brakes standard are 6-piston caliper Willwood and 4-piston in the rear with cross-drilled and slotted rotors front and back. So that's pretty much underneath. Just wanted to, we'll show some detailed videos so you guys can see how everything is rigged on the car. Okay, so now let's look under the hood and show you guys a little bit of what we're doing here. This is a beautiful part of the car. Here we go. So first thing you notice is, and we talk about this all the time, the whole front clip here, the bumper, the lower bumper, the upper nose piece, the closeout, the hood, that's all carbon fiber that is made here in-house. Actually on this car, because it's got the Coyote supercharged, we actually make carbon fiber cover engine covers as well. And like I said, this car is loaded. It is supercharged. It does have a Hydro Boost. That's what we're using to get power brakes. But one thing that we really try to do is keep it very simple for the customer. So we make this bottle covers where they show you the power steering. On the other side, we have the radiator fluid. We're using an OEM reservoir for the supercharger to check the level. And I showed you guys the extra reservoir that comes from the OEM to hold more quantities for the supercharger in a cooler. I have this cover on, but we do use oversized intercoolers, oversized condensers for the air conditioning, and you can see still how big these radiators are. So we actually make our own core support, and we put an oversized radiator in there, and I can tell you, we've ran these cars in extreme conditions. They never overheat. If the car is overheating, something is wrong. The fans went out, you know, thermostat is stuck, or you blew a line or something. If all the systems are working, this car is never run hot. One cool thing also is that, you know, all our electrical, like I said, we're not using the factory harness. We make our own harnesses, and I'll show you guys a harness from our electrical room. But we use, on the Coyote automatic, we use 2 pigtails that are quick disconnects that go right into the side of the car, and we hide all the wiring. This is all you see for wiring, is this little pigtail right here. All our ACs go through the bulkhead. I showed you underneath where you charge it. Oil is super easy to do right here. It's all OEM. Dipstick is on the other side. The dipstick is a little harder to get to with the Hydro Boost supercharged setup, but again, not horrible. You just stick your finger in there and you can pop it out. Not the end of the world, but a little harder than other ones. All our lines have heat shields on them, so anything that goes by gets the heat shields. This customer also chose the upgraded hinges, so we got billet hinges in the front and rear on this car as well, that I personally think it's a great option for the money. It makes it a lot cleaner, and with the light hoods, they just seem to work really, really well. So I talked a little bit of the pigtails and the wiring. We take a lot of pride in the wiring. We make all these harnesses in-house, and it takes a lot of work. If you ever done a harness, you know how many hours go into it. So to start with, we use a lot of mil-spec wiring and all the covering. And we love this. We have different sizes. I'm just showing a sample of one. Quick disconnects into the firewall where we have a male and a female. But one thing that, you know, hopefully we could see on the camera, you can see that we put these little service loops. And that's what they do a lot in F1 and, you know, different militaries and stuff, because if the wires get stretched, it's got room before it's trying to pull on the pin. The other thing is that all the wires are twisted, so that gives us a lot of flexibility with it, so we can run this really clean and get them into small places. And we're able to achieve a very small harness with a lot of wires going through it. Other cool things is that, to me, it's super important because we work on a lot of other people's builds, and I wish more people did it. We actually print on every wire where the wire goes. So we have actual printer, and we'll print on every single wire where it goes. If it's under the dash, into our center console, into the engine management harness, every wire that we put in this car, including our radios, our speaker wires, are all marked. And the reason we do that is because we do ship our cars all over the world. It makes it easier for us to troubleshoot if something goes wrong. But if anybody else or other shops ever get one of our cars, I've literally got calls from other shops saying, oh my God, you guys marked every wire. This is so nice. It's ran so easily, and we can find stuff. We don't have to ask us for a diagram and different things. So it makes it really easy down the road for somebody to service the car if we're not around. Or even for us, when we go under the dash, we don't want to see a big spaghetti and not know where everything is going and start tracing every wire. It's nice to have it that way. So this is the harness that we do. That's it under the engine department. If you guys in the comments have any questions on anything, just hit us up and we'll try to respond to all of that. Okay, so I pulled the car out, and some things we talked about, the window tinting, the body lines. I just, you know, I want to see if the camera can capture a little bit some of the important things that we look at. It's just the sharp lines, all the details, the bumper gaps. This line that I feel is one of the prettiest part of this Mustang is this line that goes up, and then the little crease on the roof that matches our trunk, even so the trunk is full carbon. The other thing on this cars is that all our lights are LED except the PIA driving lights in the front. We have reverse tail lights that really help at night. We have sequential LED lights for the brake lights and turn signals. Our headlights look original, but we convert the inside to LED, and you can actually see where you're going at night. Let me open the trunk and show you guys a little bit of the detail in the trunk, and then we can jump inside the car and take a look and go for a drive. So again, just a detail. Carbon fiber bumpers, carbon fiber trunk lid. And then here's some of the other details. You know, we talked about the billet hinges that we love. They open high, so that's nice. A lot of them open really low, so we like this brand. We do make our own battery cover on the top where we're holding the Odyssey battery. We put a large battery in the car. We put a disconnect for the system here. It does have the nitrous bottle with the Go Baby Go, and I'll show you guys the shifter inside and what we do even on the automatics. All the feed lines are all stainless that we make here, and we Cerakote them. And then we have our sub box where we put the sub when you get the updated stereo. So real clean, real simple. And then, you know, obviously we can customize anything from there. We do a recessed stand for our logo. This is all machined in-house billet that we offer. As far as putting gas in the car, you know, we have the traditional, you know, like the Eleanor style gas cap. We do put a lock on it that just pulls out super easy, goes back in, and you latch it back up. So I'll just show you a little bit of the detail, and let's jump in, show you the inside. So just looking around the car, a few things that we do. We do a one-piece headliner. You can see how much headroom it gives you. We have guys here that were 6'6" and they don't hit the ceiling. The original, it probably gained about 2 inches or so on height on the roof. We do upgrade the rear view mirror. We do use an 18 rivet steering wheel. And then right away you probably noticed that we have a beautiful center console that has all the plugs and everything in it. And then the shifter that I wanted to talk about. So the shifter is something that we modify in-house and for the automatics, where it still has the Go Baby Go that is part of the movie, and we machine this part so you can shift it. Let me see if I can turn power on to it, and then you can see that we have the indicator for the parking, so we can, when we change the gears, it gives you that. And then obviously you probably by now noticed the large screen with the backup camera, has the wireless Apple CarPlay. It's got a very large stereo. You can get a lot of data out of this radio as well. We use LED lights in all the gauges. All the gauges are custom made, even the little one with the Eleanor logos, trademark. We have lights in our center console, so at night it looks really good. We do have a Bluetooth knob here that changes the volume. And then when you push it down, it changes the level on the subwoofer as well. Another cool option is that we'd like to show is that the windows look like factory windows, but this customer did order power windows. So they look factory, but you just tap them and the window goes up, you go back down, the window rolls back down. So it makes it really, really nice. All our cars come with tilt. And then he get the upgraded seat belts. It's got the 4-point seat belts that slide in. They're Samsonites. Just lift the red, slide them in, and lock them. And if you have the 4 points, you just get them in there and lock it in. And to pull them out, you just pull the red and it releases you. The parking brake we put down here so you don't hit it by mistake, and you can hear it beeping. So not only that we kept the aftermarket light on the parking brake, we also connected the brake light in the factory dash, so you know your brake is on and not take off with it or not forget it on. This driving PL lights are right here. They turn on all our driving lights in the front, so really easy to get to. We put them right there. So we try to keep it really clean, very original. And like I said, this specific customer, you can see the beautiful carbon work. All our door panels, the door seals, and the whole dash is got carbon on it. Besides that, I'm feeling like we should go drive this car. So let's get it going. About sound on the car. The way we did this car specifically is it's got a mellow exhaust system. Like I said, it's a cruiser, it's a long distance driver. It sounds great when you get on it and get in the boost, but in idle, it's very friendly, it's very quiet, and you know, it's just a nice drive. Our 427, you know, they're push rod motors, they're not modular motors, they're a little louder, they sound a little more crisp. But I do like this Coyote setup, and we only offer an automatic with the Coyote, supercharge or no supercharge, because we love this 10 speeds. It's the only ones we put in anymore. If you want an automatic, then you got to go with the Coyote setup. But if you're looking for like more an old school and you want to go 5-speed manual or 6-speed manual, then we offer the 427 with the injected with the stacks in it, and those motors sounds amazing. There's some videos of ours on YouTube that you can hear what that sounds like. But again, still sounds great, but super smooth acceleration on this car. I personally really enjoy driving this car, as I know it's one of our builds, so of course I'm enjoying it. But it's just a great drive. It feels nice. I don't know if you can see my hands or not. This car just drives straight, and they're not very hard to drive. Anybody can jump in and drive them. Very simple. Pass up this Camaro, but again, you can see with the 10 speed, 2,000 RPM, 80 miles per hour, and again, right now I'm holding the phone and not holding the wheel, and you can see how straight the car runs. Wish we had a little more road so I could show you what a great road car it is, but that's it, guys. Alright guys, we just got back from the drive. Again, love to see comments. We were just chilling on this car just to show this is our most chill kind of setup. Unless you didn't get the supercharger, it'll be even more chill. But you can see this car can pull. Like I said, I was about 50% throttle input, and you can see how this thing just wants to go. Took it on the highway a little bit just to show how stable and how good the car is. I talked about it inside. We appreciate you guys watching it. Also inside, I was telling you guys how we're gonna do videos on our new chassis design, independent rear end, the additional carbon, and all the continuous improvements we're making to this car from car number 1 all the way to car number 25. And we're gonna show that on the next video. We just wanted to make this video just to show you guys an automatic 10-speed. We've never done a video like that, and show you a little bit of the detail and rigging of the car. So we appreciate you guys watching the channel. Please subscribe. We need all the support, and we appreciate you guys. See you on the next video.